Hey folks, this is Noble Rambler, and today we're going to sample Craft the World. It's a new game I'm introducing to the channel, at least in the sense of a let's sample. You guys take a look at it and decide if it's something that you'd like to see more of, or at the very least decide whether you want to pick it up on your own and just enjoy it yourself. So Craft the World is a game that came out a little over a year ago. I want to say end of 2014. And you've got some dwarves that you control. You can control them directly, but for the most part you set up jobs and they go and do those jobs. But probably the best way to explain it is just to show it to you. So I'm going to jump into the game. Let's grab an empty slot and play. We'll go to custom games. We're not going to do a campaign for a let's sample. We've got a couple different sizes available. We'll go with medium. Weather events is rain and snow and whatnot. We'll keep that average. Forest World's is the starter world, and it's a good place to do a let's sample from. You've also got like an ice world, a desert world, and an underground world. Tech tree, you can choose to work your way down a logical tree of technology off to the side over here, or you can choose to have it randomized, and these different scrolls will just kind of drop into your game and you click on them and now you have that tech available. I like the tech tree because that way I can choose what I'm working toward. Game mode of normal or permadeath. If we do a let's play, we'll probably do a permadeath, in the sense that if your dwarf dies, your game is over, or that it's game over for that dwarf at least. But for what we're doing now, normal works. Though I will keep it up at a hard difficulty, just so you can see it in all of its glory, not the the easy mode where nothing ever goes wrong. And with that, we'll go ahead and get started. So we've got a dwarf that drops in on us, and he is our beginning. The map is procedurally generated; it's different every time. And get a little mini map over here. This is a new feature that just popped in. And let's have him clear out the food and then the trees over here. We get experience points for doing different things. We've got a book over here that gives us the quests that we're currently working on. We need to dig a tunnel. Dig 3 spaces out, we'll get 10 experience points, and it kind of acts like a tutorial. Complete the shelter and you get more experience points, and complete this level of technology and you get a bunch of experience points. So if we were to head over to this symbol right here, it will show us our technology tree. We're working on this guy right here. So if we make a club, as I pass over it, the yellow bar tells you how much this will grow by making this one item. Club, pickaxe, axe. And then when this is complete, it drops into this guy, which gives you the bed, the table, and the chair. Bed is important because sleeping is what heals you. Then we get into food, and it just continues on from there. So, anyway, we can't do anything till we get some materials. That's what he's in the process of doing. But when you get, say, the club built, equip, it'll show up over here under these tabs. You've got your dwarves, so you can cycle through. Your spacebar cycles through them, I believe. As well as there'll be an arrow over here, moving from one to another. This dwarf's name is Relay, something like that. And you can grab items, drop them on. If you double-click an item, it'll automatically transfer into the proper slot. And then you've got craft over here. So as we gather the different goods, they'll show up under the first tab, and then these tabs are different categories of things you can build with them. Eventually you'll have ladders and torches and all kinds of things you can build. Beware sign will keep them from moving into a certain area. Drop one of these guys down and they will walk to within so many spaces of that and turn right around and leave. You've got an enemy you know they can't handle, you can drop one of those signs in and it'll keep them away from them. Here's under military, here the blueprints for crafting the club is 2 logs. Click on a log, it'll send you back to the page where the logs are. Bring the logs over and hit this guy when he's green, and it'll make you a club, and it will remember the blueprint, so you don't have to build it every time. We found berries, so that's under the food category. So there's crafting. One thing I've learned to do under the military tab are your spells. You've got mana for each level. Each level there's more mana, and if you hold the control button, you get a second row of fast slots, I guess we'll call these. I always put the spells in the second row, and that way you take this guy and you can create a portal for him to fast travel to. So he doesn't have to walk the entire map to get over to somewhere. We'll go ahead and portal to here, because we're going to need stone soon. And what you're going to find is this first level is going to go up really fast. When it happens, 6 of 6 becomes 9 of 9. Even if you have 0 there, you get the 9 extra ones right then and there. So we've basically thrown away 6. So I always grab these first couple of levels worth of portals and dump them around the map. So within the next 12 minutes, I can go back to that one and use that travel time. Let's see, we're over here at the green. So he is still chopping away, and we'll let him finish his work here. Then we'll probably drop a tunnel down and start creating an underground fortress, I guess we'd call it. We can build above ground in this game as well, but underground is the fastest and easiest. It was just raining here a second ago, and rain on top of dirt builds up, but it eventually seeps into the dirt and goes away. Rain on top of stone stays. You get 2 levels up, the fish will form. So eventually you'll make fishing poles, go fishing, and make buckets to suck up water, to use water to make different things. So if this gets too deep, he won't be able to function in here anymore. So I'm guessing halfway is where this turns red, and he won't be able to go in anymore. So rain can work against you. Now with nothing else queued up, he's going to spend his time dropping things off. You can see we're already almost at level 2 from the experience that he has already gotten. Everything they do in the world gives them experience. Every bush, every tree, everything they take out gives them another couple points at least. This is the portal that showed up as the opposite end of this portal over here. So he could step through. I could tell him to take out that stone, and he'll step into that portal over there, pop through, and start tapping away over here. And when he's done, he's going to pop back into that portal and come back over here. And there he is. He's going to pick up these other items. He takes all the materials to the home base here, and we'll just let him pick these up. If I queue up another item, he'll stop picking up and go and work on that. So I want to get all these things into inventory first, hopefully before they get to level 2. So we'll let him do his thing. At level 2, a second dwarf will pop in. You get 1 dwarf per level. If you're on permadeath and they die, then they never come back. But otherwise, if one of them dies, within maybe 30 to 60 seconds, a replacement pops into our little home here, and we get another chance at it. So let's get these last logs in, then we'll craft a few things. All right, one more round. Now we can do that at this point. We've got quite a bit. So back over to here. This club's going to take 2 wood. You can either go over here and pick up wood and drop it in, or you can just click right here and it'll take you there. Grab that. You can grab a second one, fill in this space, or if you double click, it will fill in every space that's touching it that needs wood. Green. This will craft it. Either 1 of them, or 10 of them, or 50 of them at a time. And we just increased our experience enough to pop into the next level. We've made 1 of them. I'm going to make 3 of them. So we're going to have more dwarves coming, and they're all going to need them. So we'll wait until the second one shows up, then we'll put a club onto both of them. So he's going to go pick that up. We'll give him something else to do. Let's go into equip. We have 3 clubs available. We have Quirin and Reli. I don't know how you pronounce that one. So let's either grab and set it in, or double click, and it'll drop in automatically. And once again, to show you, right here, in order to build another one, we don't have to drop wood into here anymore. It's already green. And it says basically click once, it autofills it, click again, it makes it. So even though we've already tossed 2 of them, if I were to jump over anywhere else, we've got 2 more still in stock. So that worked out. To make an axe, we need 2 stone. To make a pickaxe, we need 2 stone. So we don't have enough to make any of those. We have found 2 different kinds of food. Can't really use them much right now. Our second level gave us a second tier, or second work chain, resource chain, technology chain we'll call it, available. We've already made 4 clubs, which has taken us to 64% on this one. Let's make some ladders, which will kick us up into here, and when this one's complete, we'll get our rudimentary armor exposed and available to us. So we click on any one of these, and it takes us right to that blueprint. Click once here, grab a log, double click, it's ready. Let's make 6 or 7 ladders. You can see this chart, this line right here, that is the same as this one right here. So if we were to make one more, that would be enough experience to max us out. So we've just finished one of our technology tree items. Click on it, it shows us that we're now heading into basic armor, which is good to have. We've got to get the beds going in order to be able to heal them. So one of the first enemies that shows up in this forest map are goblins. Suddenly a goblin camp will appear, and they do a fair amount of damage. They're not, they are defeatable with low-level dwarves, but they will, they'll hit them upside the head a few times. So we want to get this going, or we want to get some armor on them. So let's see if we have the ability to make it. We're going to need a leaf and 3 logs. Click on the leaf, we have 2 leaves. So we can double click here. That didn't work. Alright, we do not double click there. There we go. We bring them over, and if there were more needed, we could double click and would autofill it in. We could click here, but it's already on the page, so we'll bring that over. I drop it in the middle one, because it'll autofill anything touching it. Just like that. So we've got the ability to make 2 of them. And we do have 2 dwarves at the moment, so that works out okay. Anything else we can make right now? This is going to require rope, and it's going to require leaves. If you click on the rope, it'll take you to the blueprint, because we've got to make it, and that requires wool. So let's think about wool here for a second. Turn that off. Let's equip these guys. Double click, it moves over, changes out the hat, and we completed a task that we hadn't even looked at yet. Over here, there was a task to put armor on your dwarves, so we just gained 50 points for doing that. And we're about to go to level 3, which means we're about to lose 9 mana that we aren't taking advantage of. So I'm going to stop everything and go set another portal up somewhere. So let's think about sheep. Sheep is where we're going to get the wool, and they'll spawn randomly. We got some chickens and a wild boar. Any sheep? There was a sheep over there at that rock, I think, that stone. Here's one. And here's some graves. At nighttime, skeletons will pop out of these graves and move their way over. And as long as there are no obstacles that are at least 2 or 3 blocks straight up and down, they will make their way in here. We could very well put up some defenses for that, but let's hit my control button, bring that up. And right here, we'll put all of the mana into that. 4 clicks. We got 1 left. And when he gets really thick and fuzzy, we'll come over here and kill him for his wool. But let's do some digging real fast so we can get some dirt. Where do we want to go down? Let's go down right here. Now, this unit right here is on this level. What I've found is that unless you've got 4 levels deep or above your underground fortress, the monsters will attempt to tunnel their way down to you. So I've always learned to go 1, 2, 3, 4, not till the 5th level to head across. These guys are having trouble because of the water. Let's put some ladders in here, and that will give us access again. So we'll do that. They're going to drop the ladders in, then they can continue digging. So we're going to have 4 layers, and I usually bring in and put stone above this. And that gives us a good strong layer. We're having a little trouble here. We did like that we built the ladder, or built the tunnel, but we're having trouble with that water. We keep putting the ladder in, then they can handle it. So he's going to grab a ladder. We made 6 of them. Looks like we made 9 of them. Alright, can we dig this out now? We can... No, we're still having trouble. Alright. Once we get this done, he'll be able to go this way and the water won't affect it. More rain coming, so hopefully he does this soon before that fills up again and he has trouble. But we've now got craft. By digging out, we've now got some dirt. And dirt... Actually, I want to put dirt first. Eventually I'll put stone right here, I'll put torches right there. Do we have torches yet? We do not. Where were they at? I think they're in this one. No, they're in this one. So 3rd level we'll get torches, which are made out of wood and sap. We need to do some more tree cutting to be able to get some sap. But with that dirt is what I was getting at. We could do something like that. That's going to build what's basically a background layer. You see this ladder is still sitting on dirt even though we've dug out a path. We are at least 2 layers thick here, with the sky behind it being a 3rd layer. So we're going to need to put 2 layers there and then 2 more layers in front of it to really seal this up. And the reason I am doing that is because as soon as that moon, I think, comes up to that point, which will be midnight, we're going to see skeletons starting to pop out of the graves here. And they're going to come over and harass us. So let's... Oh, there's one already. Click on him, and it gives the command for everybody to attack. Not sure where he came from, but he is a big, ugly, nasty. So he was determined to put that dirt in there. Come on, guys, take him out. And he's determined to go pick this stuff up. So sometimes they're a little bit unpredictable. Meanwhile, when that's done, I want you guys to do that. So, let's see, there is no pause. But equip. There's... we never put his helmet on. Alright, that'll help him out a little bit. He's already losing health. That could be a problem. We can tell him to... Well, what can we do? We can click him and make him go away. But we've almost got him taken care of. Problem is he's knocking us off each time we go to hit. But we made it to level 3. And we've got, in the process, an extra piece of stone, an extra club as our bonuses, and an extra dwarf. So, he is hurting. He's wanting to know where home is. You saw that. I keep wanting to hit my spacebar to pause. There really is no pause other than doing something like that. But equip, and Turin just came in to join us. So let's give him a club. Okay. I don't know that we have found any more. We have. Okay, we can make one more helmet. So helmet, there we go. Click down to equip and put a helmet on Turin. Alright. Now, Relly does have only 1 heart out of 3 left, so we're going to have to get him healed soon. We're at level 3, so craft. That gave us a bunch more things to build. So pop into here. We can now make torches, but we don't have any sap. Torches requires a resin and a wood. Okay. The wooden wooden hatch would be a door that goes right over the top of this, but we don't have enough wood for that. So we'll let these guys cut down some trees, bring in the wood. The skeletons made it to us. We never got that filled in. Darn. Okay, guys, take them out. This might be painful. He's the wounded one. So that's really right. I'm trying to click on him only. There. Select dwarf. There we go. That is Relly. And he's wounded, so he ran away in fear because he is close to death. He knows that they're able to harm him badly. He's down to 1 heart. He's down to 2.5. So we need to get more of the leaves. These guys right here, with that plant that had grown into the dark, forms leaves. I was hoping they were going to ignore that and let him spread, because then we could take out a whole group of them. If you put lights in here, your torches, those won't form. So I was going to take advantage of that, but that kind of went away. This also gives you the leaves. So we'll go ahead and take this out. This ghost keeps coming in, mostly as an annoyance. It's an old, dead dwarf, looks like, a little miner. And he comes in, throws things around, gives them something to practice their combat skills on. So let's take this out, and then let's get this wall finished. There could very well be, you can click the snails and they'll attack them too, but there could be more skeletons coming. Let's take a look at this. He's ready to harvest. We have the potential of 3 more? No more. Okay, just 3 graves there. Oh, there they are. 4, 5, 6. So potential of 6 skeletons coming at us eventually. And let's put 1 more dirt right there. And then we'll have basically a very limited, weak barrier that'll stop most of the skeletons. Just got to realizing I don't have a countdown here. I thought on this mode I would. Normally there's a countdown here from 45 minutes down to 0. When 0 hits, a portal opens up somewhere, and a whole bunch of monsters come out. And you've got to deal with a whole wave of monsters. When that's done, it starts 45 minutes, it starts counting again. Which makes this game a very comfortable 45-minute episode, I guess. If I didn't watch a timer, we could do 1 wave per episode. It would be a way to do a Let's Play on this. Anyway, give these guys something to do. Oh, here we go. Here's our leaves. So, actually, I'm going to leave that one off. We're under attack. Oh, we dropped a mite. If we were to click here and go into the bestiary, we've got chickens and sheep, boars and snail. We've seen all these around the map. Here's a few things I've already discovered, so that's why they're exposed now. Otherwise you wouldn't normally see these things until you actually discover them. But that giant... what was that? Giant ant? No. It's a mite. No, that's not it. I guess we're not in alphabetical order. But here's what just fell out of the tree. Dangerous. A little dangerous. Giant mites sometimes fall from trees. They're not very dangerous, but lumberjacks need to watch out for them. These are what's coming. They are dangerous. These treacherous thieves build their encampments near the dwarf shelter as soon as the dwarves have collected enough valuable items. Ah, so there's a wealth trigger. Okay. Then they wait for the dwarves to leave their stockpile unguarded. Build temporary ladders to enter the shelter, and try to steal every useful item and bring it back to their camp. Destroying their camp will get you lots of useful things. Oh, the 26 of 41. I thought, is that a countdown until it's going to hit? But no, we've got 41 beasts that we found. This is the 26th one. Okay. Notes. Where am I? What do I have under my command? So here's a little bit of a tutorial built in. And tasks. We're being asked to kill 10 skeletons. We're being asked to use our new technology tree and to cut down 30 trees. And all the experience points we're going to get. And this is still here. That's interesting. You must craft items to finish off this technology. Okay. Oh, that's a little differently. That's the technology tree versus the one that just says build armor for your little dudes. Okay. So that's what that little monster was that dropped off. We're going to get some more wood here, but we've got a bunch more mana available, and I think it's time to start using that mana. So I think we've already lost... Now there was some left over here. Let's throw a couple more in there, but I want to go get that sheep. Not that one. There you are. He has got wool that we need. And if we wanted to... Now later you can build a farm, you can just harvest it. You don't have to kill them. Kind of like in Minecraft. If you want to build a bed, you got to kill 3 sheep, but eventually you get shears. You can go through and shear all the sheep and leave them alive. But while we're here, we could take these trees, and we could take this stone too, so they can use this portal and gather some resources. We could also take out these graves, which is wise to do early game, unless you want to get that bonus of killing 10 skeletons, which will give you some things and give you 100 points. So that's worth hanging on to also. But we could go after this guy. So I'll pop him in there and put a kill order on it. He's not ready yet, but he is. Let's do that. Let's take out him and these feathers. Oops. There and there. Let's go clean all this out. Boars will fight back. None of these will. So let's also say to take him. And we'll grab that food. But he's in here cleaning all these guys out. They're doing it the caveman style. Got our wooden thumpers there. And then they'll come back and clean up all the resources when there's no more commands to go and do things. Alright, so while they're busy doing that, randomly as you're working, these books will show up. Click on that. It's a mage's book, so this teaches you how to turn flies into elephants and other spells. So equip, no, do that. Go to equip. That shows up over here. So basically, Turin comes in with the skill of an archer, and he's got 2 empty slots. Corin is a miller by trade, and you can train him by clicking Mage's Book and he can be a miller who has some ability to cast spells. Or a fisher. You know, we get these books that'll say swimmer and climber and miner and logger and warrior and archer, and you can use them to benefit the different characters and to build up their skills. So that's what these are. We're not going to use them right now. But what we are going to do right now, while those guys are out collecting goods and popping in and out, let's craft some armor. So we need wool. Have they brought the wool back? They have, 3 of them. So let's bring that over. And 3... we'll make 9? No, we have 9 capable. So one of these makes 3, and we have 3 of them. So it'll give us a total of 9 if we want to continue to do that. And I will. Eventually you'll find this wool is used for other things too, and you don't want to use it all up. But in this case we can. That zombie that we took out earlier left a brain. And the snail we took out left a slime. The skeleton left a bone. So all these will be used as raw ingredients for other things later. Here's some resin for the torches. So we could make a torch real quick. That in there, that in there. And we can make a total of 8 of them. So we'll do that. And the torches I drop down in here. Stone I drop down in there. That's the way that I've gotten used to using it. And we were working on armor. So click, grab a rope, which is not in that first tab anymore. Now we're off. Where are we? We're in this one. Oh, the darkened one. Okay, so it's not the lit up ones, but the dark ones. So these are raw materials in a sense. This is what you can make out of those raw materials. Kind of a second tier. Though I would think these would be raw, but they're used for higher level blueprints. So rudimentary or basic level and the next level up. And then what do you do with them? So here are the blueprints. So we need rope. We need leaf. We need log. Double click, but it doesn't fill all of them, just the ones that are touching. So you can either grab another one and do the same thing here. You can grab one of these to there. Double click again. Double click again. So now we've got the ability, we've got the quantity of ingredients to make 5 armors. We've got 3 dwarves. We're about to get our 4th one, so let's make 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that was enough experience to kick us up into the next level and to complete one of our technology tree items right here, which is going to open us up to basic weaponry next. When we finish this one, get that done, do this, because that arrow goes up. So we can't get there until we do all of this first and do that. We can let's see. We could make a slime torch. I never used these. I don't find them to be as functional as the others, but I guess it depends on what you want the look of the game to be. But this is another way of making a torch using slime and bones instead of resin and wood. So a little more creepy way to light up, but it leaves a green light and it's not as bright, so I've never really cared for them. But it will give us that much experience if we were to make one. So let's do that. So now our basic lighting, too bad I can't use this to get back into here. But that gave us a level up, which gave us another resin and some berries and another dwarf. But let's go back into here real quick. So we could also use this magic light spell, which would give us another big boost to our experience. So I'm going to hold my control button down and drop this into here. And we'll use that here in just a second. What else do we want to craft before we got to deal with another dwarf popping in? So here we need our wooden hatch. And so let's get that going. It takes 4 wood. If I drop it here, all these are touching. Double click and it's done. So we're just going to grab one, drop it into there. This totem is something that is needed to actually make a house. We have to have a totem, we have to have a door, so that everything is sealed up, all the walls are tight. There's a door entering it, and there's a totem inside. So, if you click on any item, there is. I was about to ask myself, is there a way to read a description? And you click on an item, hit the eye. Creates an aura around the house that protects it from monsters. Okay, so that is a totem. We were given one at level 2. I'm going to drop that into there as well. Otherwise, got a log bridge that we could make. Well, I could make it just to show it to you. It doesn't work very well. When you get into the wooden bridges and the stone bridges, they're far better. They tend to fall off of these bridges. But still, we could do that just for the experience. So let's grab that, craft a bridge, made 4 of them at a time, and we'll set that in there, and we'll experiment with that. So, are we done crafting for a while? We do have enough stone to get an axe and a pickaxe going. Let's go for the axe for now. Let's go for the pickaxe, because that will speed up the process of getting more stone. So we have enough to make 1. We have 2 stone available. And we'll grab that to go there. Logs, we have 3 logs available, so we are out of resources. There's 1 of these. And let's go to equip. I'll tell you what, let's let this guy pop in. There he is. So we've got another little dude there. We're going to equip. His name is Oin. And he is a cook. Let's give him a club. And none of these were stone or were miners. So it doesn't really matter who we give what, except the cook will spend most of his time inside. So I would want the cook to also be doing other jobs inside. So he doesn't have to travel the map, then get back to cook a few meals and go travel the map. So who is an outdoor guy? We have an archer, we have a miller, that's inside, and a fisher. Here's an outdoor. So let's have the outdoor be the one with the pickaxe. And we'll also make him eventually a miner or, I don't know, something. But we'll give him the pickaxe. Hopefully he'll be the one that goes out to take out the stone when we queue some up. Otherwise, clubs. Everybody have a club now? Yeah, that was solid all the way through. So we're done equipping. Pop that. And we've made all these other things. So let's get some ladders set up in here. We'll click that to be cleaned out, and we will also take out a second row. They can stand here and reach to here. They cannot reach to that 3rd row. So if you're making these things 3 wide, be sure to take out just 1 row at a time. You queue up a big block of you know, here and here and here. They're going to punch their way down to the bottom and not be able to reach that. I'm holding my right mouse button down to do that. If you look further, we've got stone down here. We've got more of these guys. We've got roots. We've got crystals. There's lots of things to be discovered down below. And let's queue up we'll do a regular torch, say here. And we'll queue up those. and we'll put a slime torch over here, just to see what the difference is. Right there. And out of curiosity, what did it say about that slime torch? Dwarves don't just store don't store items just to let them gather dust. Even slime and skeleton bones have their uses. Okay, so it wasn't necessarily for a specific use. You know, only use the slime torch if you're doing this or that. Otherwise, the torch illuminates dungeons and scares off some of the smaller creatures. Okay. So this is a game that's kind of like Kingdom. In the sense, Kingdom, when the monsters come and kill your guys, they don't really kill them. They just take their coin away and they become a beggar and they walk away. Whereas, so it's not a super scary game. That's what I like about Craft the World. Kids can watch this alongside you and not get all freaked out. The monsters do fight with them and they will die, but there isn't spewing blood. It isn't a gory game. So it's a somewhat friendly game. Eventually another dwarf pops back in and you just keep on going. The roots, don't do that. The roots here are something that you will be able to use to craft things with. So if we take the dirt in our hand and click that, it's going to say, do you want to replace the root? And we say yes. He's going to get a dirt ball, come down and dig that out and take the roots away and put dirt in its place. So there is one way to gather resources differently from just digging it up and then filling it back in again. So let's get ourselves a completed home. Click. So it's not a click and drag. You've got to click once to select it, then click once to use it. So we're going to put in the door. Let's make this 3 levels high. I'm going to not do that yet, so that we can put a totem up in here and build. I guess we can still reach it. Okay, we can still reach it. We can go ahead and do that. So once the totem goes in and the door goes in, we're going to form a house, which is going to give us 10 experience points. Okay. And we're getting... our timer did start. So the timer, I think before it used to start immediately. Now there's giving you a little bit of a break to get established before your countdown begins. Okay. We've been going for, at least a half hour now. So maybe your first 30 minutes. So why is this red? I'm confused. So let's try that again. Alright, let's tell him to do that again. Something happened. Somebody was carrying it to do it and he got distracted, went somewhere else, and the game suddenly forgot that it had one of these available, or something like that happened. And with that, house is complete. We completed this quest, and we've now got a safe place. He's not very happy right now because we have no comfort. This will go up. It'll start to go yellow, then green. He'll start smiling as our comfort level goes up. But you see, the slime torch doesn't quite give you the same effect that a regular torch does. Let's, real quick, before we call this one a game, or an episode, go to craft, and let's get... Oh, we don't have that yet. We don't have beds yet. We got to finish this. Alright, we do have 7 stone now, so let's get some more pickaxes going. We've got 4 guys, so let's get 3 more pickaxes going. But before I double click that again, no, it did finish for me. Okay, it finished. I was going to say, whenever you do a new blueprint, it gives you a lot more experience than doing a second one over again that you've already done. Say this gives you 10 points, but to do it the next time it gives you 2 points. So your big bonus is to do the very first one. Which, that reminds me, we didn't do that light source. But, so we did manage to get our technology moved up to here. So let's do 2 things. One, what was that? Okay. One, that light source. So this is another spell. It only takes, well, it doesn't say so here, but it takes 1 mana. This takes 2. So if we were to pop it in right, well, we can't get into this yet. Yeah, we can. So that will light up an area. You could pop another one in over here, there. And it gave us points for using it, as well as, those points counted toward that technology tree, which now opened up according to the arrows, this one. It went this way, but this isn't complete yet. You got to finish this arrow and that arrow to get into cooking. So this gave us basic metalworking, that iron that we saw down in the dirt. And we also want to finish this off. So let's do that real fast. We need 2 more of those. And then let's equip them. So everybody's got a pickaxe. Now if I hit my space button, it'll go to the next guy. Alright, everybody's got a pickaxe. I can cycle through them really fast. Everybody's got all of these. One person's missing this. We don't have one. And we didn't put the armor on. Armor, armor, armor. So can we get 1 more armor and 1 more helmet? Do we have the supplies to do that? Armor, we can make 4 of them. 1. Helmet, we can make 3 of them. 1. Back to equip. Alright, so he needs a hat. Helmet, cycle through, he needs armor. And as they take off their other stuff, it's dropping into here. If you want to go back to hats, so you can have, I'll say you collect 5 of these guys, you want all of your archers to be wearing this, or what have you, you can do that. You'll be giving up the protection of the armor, but that's your choice. It does leave it in the game so you can use it. So otherwise, everybody's equipped with all that we've got. I want to make beds, and then we'll call this one done. While I'm making them, let's have these guys take out... Yeah, okay. Take out another 2 rows, and eventually a 3rd. And then we'll drop into here next time. And we'll do a couple episodes of this game, give you a good sense of what it's all about. But let's quickly make, not equip, craft. Let's make some beds. There they are. Beds. We've got enough to only make 1 right now, unfortunately. Drop the leaves in, double click, drop the logs in, double click, make 1. So we need leaves, which means we need to take out some trees. I didn't make it, did I? You gotta finish the... No, I did make it. Okay. Now we don't need these in here anymore. We do need to do the wood bridges to see what that's like. But you can grab and just kind of toss it off like that. Clear these out. Or you could grab this and sit it on top of something, and it will take its place. But there's our bed, and let's grab that and put it in right there. Someone's going to go up and get that. These guys are having trouble because they're trying to get to something that isn't exposed yet. Alright, a logger's book increases the speed at which trees can be cut down, as well as equip. We could actually make somebody a logger. So I like to make my hunter, my warriors. If we found a warrior, I would make him a hunter and make him a logger. So all of these could be outside jobs. We don't have that combination yet. But our fisher could be a logger. So we'll use this. He's now a logger with 10 experience points toward that. So he's a fisher logger, and maybe we'll make him a swimmer or something. So that's how these work. And so it's a one-time use. This is a 0 now. When I come back into this, it'll be gone. So we've got a bed going in, at which time there's more leaves for us too. So we'll let these guys grow in the dark, and we'll come in and harvest all this and make more beds next time. Now he's going to drop in the bed, and the first one that is the most wounded is going to walk over and claim it. Now that we have a hatch, we have a totem, we have an actual house, whoever's the most wounded should walk over. Let's see, who is that? Cycle through. Oh, we got monsters coming. And the monsters with the shields right here will act as a human ladder. They'll put their shield up, and the next one will climb up on top of him. They're not going to do it this time for some reason. Nope, they've given up. Do have the ghost to contend with. Nothing else going on. What are you guys up to? Nope, they're going to do it. So they're going to try their best to climb over each other, and they did accomplish it. So we've got 2 incoming. We'll let them do their thing. Leave you guys here. When he's got the high ground, they try to jump up, he hits them, they fall over. They just keep this pattern of losing. If I wait till these guys come to them, we'll have the high ground. And by not clicking on them, these guys aren't active. I tell them, hey guys, go help around, and they'll all dive in and take care of them. So, population growth happened again. Can he make it over? He can't. Alright. So that is the end of the enemies. Do we have enemies in this direction? We may have, and they're blocked by something here. Yeah. They haven't formed yet. Eventually they're going to get to here, and they're not going to be able to get over the top. Okay. So with that, last thing I was going to do was tell somebody to go to bed. So if I cycle through, hit my space bar, they did make it through. Okay, let's let them finish the job here. The one who has the lowest health will flee. At daylight, when the sun comes up, these guys will burn up. We could tell them to go after this just for the experience. Yeah. But when daylight hits, these guys will burn up and they're gone. Okay. So, hitting the spacebar cycles us through. And this guy, I want him to go rest. He's now going to claim this bed. And no one else is going to be able to use it. That's going to be his bed. He'll drop his backpack there. And he will start gaining his health back. Some foods will also gain your health back. So you can gain some health with food. But for the most part, sleeping does it. If we sat here for a while, we'd see this start to grow, and he'll get 3 hearts again. So we're going to need beds for everybody. And we will do that next time. So you get a sense of what this game is like. It's called Craft the World. It's a lot of fun. I haven't checked my, the number of hours I've played it on my Steam account, but I know there's many hundreds there. This world, this world is huge, and this is our little world, or a medium one. But you can see from here, we go down a long way. So it will take 40 to 50 hours, so that's, 70 to 100 episodes to completely wipe out this map. Give you a sense of the timing for something like this. The Let's Play here might get quite tedious. I don't know that you'd really want to sit and watch me mining everything out, gathering all the resources and doing all that. So that's why we've got goblins. Next episode we'll see what this is about. But that's why I'm asking, would this work as a Let's Play for this channel? It's a fun game, but would you watch it? Would you watch it beyond 3 episodes and say, okay, I get it now, I know how it works, and let's move on to something else. So leave me your thoughts and comments. Do hit the thumbs up for me so we can kind of increase the chances of getting this video out into the YouTube search engines. And subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate it, and I will catch you next time. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye-bye.